You've put in the long hours at work. You've done everything for everyone else first. And now it's finally time for you to sit down and work on your goals. And nothing. Before you decide you need a whole mindset overhaul, hold on a minute. It's not always a mindset issue. Sometimes you've just been following the wrong rule book for far too long so that it's a habit and also feels like yours. Your mindset is just fine. It's the rules that are broken. After coaching hundreds of clients and running my own experiments on myself, here are 5 rules to break and stop following starting today. Hi, I'm Steph. I help busy adults complete meaningful dream projects quickly and become who they want to be, one messy, playful experiment at a time. Old rule number 1, working on your dreams is selfish. So many people I know will pour years and years of their life, of their time, of their energy, and even of their health into somebody else's company. But when it comes to their own goals, we play small. Why? Somewhere along the way, we picked up this role that contributing to somebody else's company is productive and good. Contributing to our own personal dreams is selfish. Now, that's a lie and a rule that definitely needs to be broken. If you want some reasons why following your dreams is actually the opposite of selfish, I have that in my other video over here. But here's the real damage. If you believe that by pursuing your dreams you're being selfish, well, there might be some shame attached to that, which means that you're not going to advertise it, you're not going to share with people, you're not going to ask for help or build a team because you don't feel like you're being selfish and you're dragging other people into your selfishness, right? This is why so many entrepreneurs go it alone, but you don't have to. Rule to level up. Think of yourself like a corporation for good. When you think about pursuing your dream projects, it can feel selfish. So take the attention away from yourself and see yourself as a corporation for good. Steven Pressfield said, "I love that idea of thinking of yourself as a 2-part thing. You're the CEO of this thing, and you're also the person who does the work." When you think in this way, it stops being about you and really becomes about who you serve. You are not a hobbyist. You are a professional. You are showing up daily, doing the work, delivering, and shipping. You're going to want to lock that in. But before you're able to, you might need to let go of another old rule. Old rule number 2, dreams and goals aren't meant to be taken seriously. This one comes down to certainty. That's it. If your dream was 100% guaranteed to work out, would you pursue it? Of course you would. I would too. And that's exactly why most people don't. Because dreams demand faith, not certainty. When there's certainty, you can lean on logic, you can lean on reasoning, you can lean on cause and effect. But when you need to go on faith, you kind of need to use your imagination and think bigger, and you don't always have a whole bunch of evidence to prove that this will be successful. Sometimes it's called a leap of faith for a reason. But I get it. As the right side of your brain probably wants to dream and imagine and be creative and just take these leaps of faith, the left side of your brain is like, I kind of want to know that this is somewhat logical or that smart people also agree with us. So here you go. Here are 3 quotes from 3 smarty pants people who I believe would have also disagreed with this old rule. Albert Einstein said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination embraces the entire world." Hedy Lamarr said, "Hope and curiosity about the future seemed better than guarantees. The unknown was always so attractive to me." And Andrew Huberman said, "I wish people would take themselves more seriously, including their creative sparks inside of them." These aren't dreamers avoiding reality. These are serious, smart people who know that vision is worth protecting. Which brings us to the rule to level up. Explore with fun. Once you lock in, commit seriously. And that ties directly into the next rule. And this is the one that probably costs you the most time. Old rule number 3, if it's the right dream, it should feel easy. It won't. I mean, it doesn't the entire time. For anyone, no matter what you choose, hard days will come. And that's not a sign that you chose wrong. In fact, I want to go back to another Steven Pressfield quote. "The more important something is to your soul's growth, the stronger your resistance will be. That is not a hall pass or a free pass to skip the assignment. That is a call to courage, to bravery, to going through the discomfort so that your soul can fully grow. Michael Easter shares a study where he says that only 2% of people will take the stairs when there is an elevator option nearby. We as human beings are literally wired to avoid the hard thing. We're going to look for the easier path, the easier way of doing things. And in some ways, that's not bad at all. That's how we conserve energy and focus for other things. But when you are avoiding the hard thing or the discomfort, and that's what's standing between you and where you want to go in life, then it's a problem. Michael Easter challenges us to build a small daily practice of choosing the slightly harder option. Take the stairs, park further away, walk while you talk on the phone. Small retraining, big return. And when you hit a wall, which will happen because it happens to all of us, before you call it a sign for you to quit, ask yourself, could this be a sign for you to grow? Rule to level up. Some challenge and discomfort is good as long as it's aligned with your values and path. And that brings us to the next rule. And this one is a really sneaky one because it seems like it's helping you, but it can sometimes hurt you and keep you stuck more than you need to be. Old rule number 4, comparison is always bad. Let this old rule go immediately. And yes, obsessing over people or on social media, that obviously is a trap. Don't do that. But knowing your landscape and knowing what other people are doing, well, that's just smart business. If you're new to social media and marketing and you decide that you want to compete against somebody like Gary Vee, and you're going to do that by posting 10 pieces of content across social media platforms a day, well, it might help you to actually compare and to know that according to him and his team post over 300 pieces of content a day. 10 over 300. And this is not to discourage you, but if you want to compete against Gary Vee, well, then you probably want to be more creative than just trying to outpost him. You might want to be creative and find a different angle. Comparing yourself actually helps you to know what that gap is and then to figure out a creative way of going about to not even close it, but move around it. We also compare ourselves to others to figure out who our people are. Seth Godin talks about it in marketing, but also in community, in the way that he says, people like us do things like this. We self-identify ourselves, then we identify our community, and then we all influence each other. The people you're around highly influence you, so you want to be very thoughtful of who you have around you. Figure out who you want to become, and then surround yourself with people who will inspire you and who already live that way. So here's your rule to level up. Comparison is useful when it brings awareness to your industry, your audience, or yourself. And finally, the old rule that trips up so many people when they decide they are finally going to begin. Old rule number 5, look outside yourself first for money opportunities. This rule is all about looking outside of yourself, looking for the money opportunities, looking to follow the trends or follow what other people are doing. But here's the thing, if there's an opportunity out there that's super visible and super obvious, then you might be behind the curve on that one. Trends move fast and chasing them is exhausting. And you don't want to end up losing all of your time and energy to trying to keep up with something that there's no way to predict. Flip it instead. Rule to level up. Look inward first, then outward, then marry the two. Naval Ravikant calls it productizing yourself. Find what feels like play to you, but looks like work to others. So before you lock in, sit with these questions. What could I do for 10 plus years and still love it? What values are most important to me? And what work would let me express them fully? Where do I feel I can make the biggest impact? Who do I want to serve? And what do they need right now? Explore first and then commit. And when you commit, that also means that you've got to say no to a lot of really exciting, amazing things. And that's exactly why we do the play round first. So you can experiment, figure out what you like, and then be more confident when you lock in. In the Crayon Playbook membership, we play, we experiment, and we test. In this way, you're with a community building right alongside you. If you're ready, we'd love to have you join us. And until then, it's time for the recap. Here are your new rules to level up. Number 1, think of yourself like a corporation for good. Number 2, explore with fun. But once you lock in, commit seriously. Number 3, some challenge and discomfort can actually be good, but make sure it's aligned with your values and your path. Comparison can be useful when it is specific and utilized to bring awareness to your industry or yourself. And number 5, look inward first, then outward, and then marry the two. You now have 5 new rules to replace the old rules that were holding you back. The time to move forward is now. Personal development is no longer a luxury. These days, it is a necessity. And if you think you're too late to start, not so fast. You're not getting off that easy. My next video is going to tell you exactly why you are right on time. See you there.